Hey, it's Tim. Today I'm going to be making Parmesan breadsticks from the book Bread Illustrated by America's Test Kitchen. This recipe is on page 170, and you'll find the ingredient amounts in the description. So to begin with, I'm going to grate this Parmesan cheese. This is supposed to yield about 3/4 cup. It's 1.5 ounces of Parmesan that's grated, and it should yield about 3/4 cup. This is actually about a little bit more than half a cup, but I'm good with that. Should be fine. It weighs the right amount. Into the bowl of the stand mixer, we're adding 10 ounces of all-purpose flour. 10 ounces of all-purpose flour is about 284 grams. And then we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of yeast and 1.5 teaspoons of plain salt and 1 ounce of onion powder. And we're going to whisk that together for just a second. With the mixer on the low speed, I'm going to add 6 ounces or 178 grams of room temperature water and 2 teaspoons of olive oil, which is about 10 grams. And after 30 seconds, stop and give the mixer some help just to make sure that all of the flour and liquid will be combined without any trouble. And then continue mixing on low speed until a shaggy dough is formed, which should take about another 90 seconds. One shaggy dough. Now I'll turn the mixer up to the second speed and knead for 8 minutes. And after the dough is kneaded, we'll add the Parmesan cheese. So here we are after 8 minutes. And we've got a nice well-formed dough. And now on low speed we're going to add the Parmesan cheese. About 2/3 of this, so about 1 ounce, goes into the dough, and I'm going to add it a little bit at a time, so it gets well incorporated. Okay, that looks well incorporated to me. And I just want to knead this a little bit by hand to make sure that that cheese is evenly distributed. This shouldn't take more than half a minute or so. We'll place in an oiled bowl, put a cover on it, come back in 60 to 90 minutes when it should be doubled in size. Okay. This dough has sufficiently risen. In fact, it's more than doubled in size. So we'll turn it out onto the counter and just we're going to press it out. So this is 9 inches, so each one should be an inch. And they should come out fairly even. And perfection isn't necessary here. These are breadsticks. They're not going to be used for, scientific measurements. I'm going to throw a piece of plastic wrap on top of them just so they don't dry out. So we're going to take each one of these and turn it into a ball and let it rest for 30 minutes. I don't know why, actually, but that's what they say to do. So I'm going to take each strip and form it into a ball. Rest 30 minutes. Now that these have rested, each one gets rolled into an 8-inch breadstick. So I'll just move them out of the way. And once they're rolled into 8-inch breadsticks, they rise again for about 30 minutes until ready to bake in a 500-degree oven for about 15 minutes. So okay, I'm calling that an 8-inch breadstick. Taking the extra step of putting a little bit of vegetable oil spray on my silicone mat. Maybe unnecessary, but can't hurt. So when rolling dough into a cylinder, you start in the middle, press and pull to the outside. That way it's supposed to get you an evenly rolled cylinder. Rather than if you started on the ends, then the middle would be fat, right? So you start in the middle and sort of push out as you go. So I would probably, if I were going to be entertaining and doing this, I would probably have weighed the dough when I cut it into the 9 pieces originally and got it so that it was even. Just so that everybody got an equal portion if there are different, number of people eating. But I'm not serving a state dinner here. So these will rest for half an hour, and then we'll come back. I'll use an egg, a little bit of salt, and some olive oil, make an egg wash, brush it on top. It'll be good. I've got the oven preheating to 500 degrees. The breadsticks have almost doubled in size, so I'm going to go ahead and make the egg wash using 1 whole egg, large, pinch of salt, and about a tablespoon of olive oil. So brush gently with egg wash. And then sprinkle with the remaining Parmesan cheese. Now these will go into a 500-degree oven and bake for 12 to 14 minutes. I'll turn the pan 180 degrees once halfway through the cooking time. So this is after 12 minutes, and I like them. Parmesan breadsticks. They've got to cool for 15 minutes. So let me put them on this wire rack. Oh yeah. See? Nicely cooked on the bottom. Very nice, very nice. Time has passed. These look cool down to me. I gotta taste one. Let's see what we've done here. We've made a Parmesan breadstick. So the Parmesan is baked into the dough and it's on top of as well. You can see how it's turned out. And now we'll give it a taste. Yeah, that's really good. I like it. That's really, really good. The Parmesan flavor comes through. The dough is not tough at all. It's got a nice tender, but it's got some body to it, but it's still tender and soft. That makes for a nice breadstick. So there are 9 of these total, and I think that if I go to work on it, I can get them all eaten before the end of the day. So these are Parmesan breadsticks. Thanks for watching.